Okay, so let's try this one more time, Jared.
My bad, son. My bad.
Live from Washington, D.C.
You could have just said Washington. Actually, no, fuck that. You're live from Washington State. You're not streaming this shit.
I'm wait, what?
I'm the one streaming this, so it's live in Washington, bro.
No, but nigga, you can't.
Yeah,
That does make sense.
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
You streaming this
We're
shit?
all here, and we're all live right now.
Yeah, but he's hosting us, not the other way around.
What the fuck? Hey, y'all can't cheat like that. Okay, whatever, man. Live from DC.
Why don't you just say Washington and you'll just be correct on both accounts?
Because we can't confuse the viewers like that.
Okay, you're right.
I'm pretty good at this.
Sure.
You're right.
Everybody's gonna be confused. Live from Washington. Oh man, nah, we live in DC, and that nigga Jared, he lives in actual Washington. You know.
You're right.
No one's gonna care that much.
Not really.
Shit, I care. I actually like geography.
No one is going to care that much.
I wish all of you
Should I have said nobody?
but you'll be dead.
Yes.
So
Yeah, there you
nobody's
go.
gonna care that much.
Okay, now I get the point. Thank you, Maurice. You should have said that at first.
I was trying to be nice. I didn't know.
That's you being nice.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Oh. Well, now y'all see what I be doing. Hey guys, welcome to the IMO. Welcome to the IMO Podcast, the only podcast where Maurice is the worst type of person. Yeah, you heard me. What?
That's so rude.
How was that rude?
It was the most rude.
You know what's rude? When I meet one of Maurice's friends and they just call him an asshole, just like right in front of my
it
face.
is rude when they call me a fucking asshole. You're right, Andre. Thank you for understanding. I have some very mean friends.
Oh boy. But were they telling the truth though, Maurice?
No, because they were being rude. You just said it was rude.
I mean, there's a difference between being rude and lying. So,
I feel like you can do both.
hey guys, welcome to the IMO Podcast, where we're gonna start eventually if Maurice will like get over this whole asshole streak.
What do you mean get over? I don't have a streak.
Jared,
Alright.
please help me.
I don't know.
This nigga said I don't know.
Right, that's not
Okay,
my
but yeah. But this nigga forgot the title of the show.
No, I did. No, I put a title. It should say Disney Better Than Fox. Am I tripping?
Nah, so that shit just says IMO Podcast, guy.
It should say Disney Better
I
Than
mean,
Fox.
technically it's not wrong. This is the IMO Podcast.
IMO Podcast Prime.
Right, son. We've evolved. This is our evolved state. They gave us a what's that thing in Pokemon that makes them evolve, Maurice?
Omega Stone. I don't know. Why do you just say what you?
I know I had to converse with the Pokemon guy because he knows the Pokemon stuff.
I do know Pokemon stuff.
If I was making a Pokemon reference, I expect Maurice to give me the answer.
Or tell you you're wrong and stupid.
Like, watch this. What beats dark types?
Fairies.
See, you fucking nerd. Anyway, let's go ahead and
No,
get
that's
on
so
with the show. Is it really fairies though?
Yes.
Yeah. Why would it not be, nigga?
What do you mean? Why would it not be? What the fuck? don't try to do this like this makes sense. Like this is a perfect
No, I'm
rock
not
paper
saying it like
scissors.
it makes sense, but like you almost say the right answer. So.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I do trust you to say the right answer when it comes to Pokemon. Oh well, now see, look at you. I just said that I expect you to be right, which you were, and now you just call me a bitch. You see what I'm talking about, people?
I need you to put respect on my name. So
I did put respect on your name. I said you was right.
you call me a fucking nerd in the same fucking breath, nigga. I don't. Alright.
That's not respectful though. This is a nerd podcast. Okay, so all right. I think you're forgetting the demographic we're targeting with this show here.
No.
Okay. All right. We need to write a mission statement apparently.
And to call Maurice an asshole even though he's not.
That I mean, you said it, not me. If you want to do that, we can definitely do that.
Tell Maurice he's not an asshole.
Hey Jared, how are you, sir?
I'm alright. How you doing, man?
Yeah, we're not gonna. I didn't hear that last part Maurice just said because I'm not doing that. What we got on the sticks today?
We got Apex Legends. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to like actually get the battle pass and Octane. But yeah, we got Apex Legends going on.
You also didn't have time to put the title up.
I did have time to put the title up. It shows it on my screen. I will snapshot this shit and send it to you on Discord. Son.
Do it right now. Do it right now, because on my screen it just says IMO Podcast Prime. Not that I'm mad at that.
You right. Let me
snapshot. Did he actually put Prime?
No.
Nah. Oh, that would have been great if he did.
I fucking wish, dude.
Right, son. We're gonna have another show on Fridays. Welcome to IMO Podcast Prime. You know, this is what we say the real shit. Those other podcasts.
They don't mean nothing.
This is the NC-17 podcast right here, where we just
shooting up drugs. Like, damn, Octane.
His name is Octane, son.
Oh, maybe this is the NC version.
Right, son. Right. This is the show where we shoot drugs live.
Let's. Okay.
You saw the character, not me. This nigga got 30 kills already. Anyway, guys, if you just listen to our very friendly and cordial and non-asshole-ish way at banter is the IMO Podcast. We do this every single Wednesday at around 8 o'clock or so. You know, there's no technical difficulties, where we get together and discuss all the news that happened throughout the week, if it's relevant. Because, you know, we've had a little sting in the past when it comes to politics. We don't talk about that shit no more for obvious reasons. I'm joined the greatest co-host in the world, Marie.
Damn.
What's good?
Name that.
Now.
Oh shit. And Jared.
What's up, Cap? How you doing, man?
Okay. I'll be better if you can like land on the fucking.
Son, this man like wants to drop the fucking drop shit, then lets me fall to my death. Now I'm over here running like, yo, I need to find a gun, yo. I need to find something.
Yeah, if you could, yeah, man, if you could land on, great. So I'm like, oh man, he's about to do it. Oh damn, he didn't do it. It was all. Damn again. Okay, my bad. Sure, whatever.
I can't wait.
Oh, I'm not gonna stream any of this technical bullshit. Y'all gonna get all Devil May Cry. No, sir.
You act like you can't get fucked up in those?
Oh, I mean, it's a less chance of me getting. Is in Apex. In Apex, if I'm talking, I'm just gonna be sitting there like, well, I just died this time. Let's just a match and act like that never happened.
No, we're gonna call it out each and every time. Alright, we're gonna make you play Xbox.
No,
it's done.
no.
It's done. It's a wrap.
Nah, you can't make me.
It's a wrap.
You know why? Because I am the host.
You'll be host that week.
And I am the captain of the ship, and not
You're
Marie.
gonna be the captain that week. You're gonna be the captain that week.
I mean, I'm always the captain. You can't name one time I wasn't. Not that week.
Not that week.
This man is peering into the future. Hey, this week, right here.
See it all in my ninja info card.
Okay, please stop. We're not.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's technically not back that far. You know?
Okay. Hey, let's get in. What y'all want?
The shits.
Nah, what y'all actually want to talk about?
The shits, nigga.
See, this is why I call you an asshole, son. I'm over here being respectful. Hey, what do you want to start with, Maurice, man? Fuck you. I don't know what I want to start with.
That's a fucking lie. You want to walk that one back?
No.
Yeah, I fucking bet.
Alright, eeny meeny Toy Story. Alright,
Eeny meeny Toy Story.
The movie that nobody asked for, because I swear to God, the last movie was a perfect ending to the Toy Story. So who the fuck doesn't know what Toy Story is? I'm not explaining what the fuck Toy Story is. We're about to yeah, Toy Story 4. After Andy. So yeah. What do we think of the trailer, people?
Bonnie?
Doesn't matter at this point.
Why is this a thing?
Money.
I'm watching this. I'm like, why is this a thing? Like, I just don't care about this anymore.
Somebody forgot to put Bo Peep in the last movie, and the SJWs got mad, and they said, "Well, we gotta spend another $400 million and make another movie."
Okay, she's not there. Oh, right, she was there.
Oh my god! See,
Right.
see.
I forgot. Well, I mean, no, that's because of the movie. That's because the movie, like the creators don't give her that much of a. Like she's literally just Ike.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, oh, okay. So I mean, yeah. I hear that. I thought you meant like, yeah. See, no one cares about this. Nah, it's just she don't do much. So,
Exactly. She didn't do much, and now they just said that she wasn't there. She was in a box.
Got given away. Yeah, she got given away, which makes sense. Yes, they wanted to. Well, he's gotten older, so he's
gotten older. That's all. Yeah, he got older.
It's not a story of love. It's a story of hard fucking survival in a black bear.
He wasn't black. He was purple.
His voice actor was.
Was he?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. He was a bad guy, so he was black.
No, he was black because he was purple.
Oh, not.
Yeah. Not really.
Okay, not really what it is. Little pieces. Black people. Son. I don't know where that shit came. The Toy Story. This movie looks way too realistic. I'm sorry.
They're trying to get super feels.
They need to tone that shit down a little bit, son. I'm actually getting kind of scared with Pixar because holy shit. I'm over here watching the first story, and we have made like leaps and bounds. And Toy Story a bad looking movie to begin with, but this shit right here.
This shit right here.
This right here.
Son, it's so fucking photorealistic. There's like this one scene in the trailer where it's like, I don't know the context, but it's raining outside, and I'm like, bruh, they just took a fucking camera and just like, or some shit, because there's just no fucking way that it looks that fucking real. So yeah, Pixar is starting to scare me a little bit.
You hear that? There's a care package
Yeah.
coming down.
I'm just wondering why is this like so like this is like so feels it like this is too serious for Toy Story, honestly. Like, okay, like
it is a little bit, and yeah, and that's a minor gripe of mine. It does feel a little bit on the Toy Story. I mean, wow, on the Toy Story. It feels a little more on the serious side.
Yeah, I mean, I think they know who their fan base is, so, and obviously, like, you know, kids aren't going to see every facet of a movie or like be able to make those. Like, I don't know if they can show that. That's a little fucked up. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, like.
So,
I'm glad. Oh well, fuck. Okay.
I think that the scene itself.
I think it was no other story in Toy Story 2, especially Toy Story 2. Holy shit.
But I mean, no, but like there have been like other. Like Atlantis, they were basically about the genocide in the Pirates.
Yeah, but I mean, I think okay, and this is gonna sound a little morbid. That's when it comes to like cartoons.
Normal size for who?
For just anime or just media in general. You always have like, okay, if we don't do this, the entire world's gonna be destroyed. But this right with Toy Story 3, there was a little bit more personal. It was like, hey, well, fuck, to die. Like that's a little bit different, you know?
right.
On the same lines.
I mean, they're definitely along the same lines, but Toy Story 3 just completely another level.
Because like
as far as I'm concerned.
on 3, like I don't think when did that come out? Like 12 after the second one?
99. Damn, yeah.
99. Yeah, so you didn't have. So I would argue like kids would much time to connect with the characters, similar to like the Atlantis characters, because you can just kind of like meet their people and like, oh, these guys are really cool. They like seem fast, rich. Kita kind of looking like a snack, but that one's personal. You don't get enough time to like develop and grow with those characters, in my opinion. People,
right?
Like the whole reason you're going there to get them and shit like that, right? Like, it even starts off like basically getting wiped out by a flood.
Right.
I can see it. But Toy Story 3 itself on suicide though. God damn.
That wasn't suicide.
I mean,
weren't they just about to die because they're just like, oh shit, we're fucked.
when I okay, so. That's kind of messed up, but all right. Well, fuck it. I guess we won't feel it. I mean, I guess.
No, I mean, we're more like, oh damn, we're dead because we're toys. It'll be.
That shit was heavy.
Or maybe I'm fucked up. I don't know.
Yeah, but in Toy Story 4, it seems like they're about to. With it, there was like this where Tom, one of the greatest actors of our time, is actually like, I don't need acting in Toy Story 4. Like,
so there's two things I want to say. Yes, because now like Woody already had to develop as a character, like between 1 and 2, people to take on the load. Like, he doesn't have to do or work by himself to get the job done, stuff like that. And now I'm taking it to like even questioning. It seems like he's about to like question his like role in life.
Exactly. It was like, I was meant to make a child happy. It was never supposed to be this hard. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Well, the exact words was like, when did it get this hard? And I'm just like, oh.
Exactly. Like, whoa, like, are you okay? Can you want to talk about it?
The second thing, which I think is a little freaky, is that they can make their own, like, children can make their own toys. But I guess that kind of makes sense because, you know, someone's making these Buzz Lightyears and Woodies.
Right.
All these toys are right. They just haven't realized that they're toys yet or something. They haven't awakened yet. So it was kind of wild that she could just kind of like make her own from nothing. And your man was just having like a psychological breakdown. Like, he was like some AI that just woke up and realized, yo, this ain't right. I'm not supposed to have free thought. What the fuck?
Right. Like,
I was like chilling here or something, right?
Wait a minute. Am I supposed to be sentient? I'm like, whoa. Wait a minute. Y'all doing a little bit too much.
Asking the hard question.
Right. Like, is this still rated G? Rated G as well. Yep. People is really pushing the envelope with this rated G nonsense. Y'all might want to put a PG sticker or something on this. And I'm like, I'm reading these posts on Twitter, and Tom Hanks was like, yeah, for like the final scene for my final line with, I actually, like the actor Tom Hanks, he had to take a break because he actually started crying from the lines. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck are we about to get into here? Like, the man literally had to take a break. He was like, nah, I couldn't finish. I had to take a break. I'm like, it's a kids movie. What the fuck is going on?
Like, it's life.
So yeah, I'm really interested. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna go see it because it's fucking Toy Story, and I'm almost obligated to see it at this point. But yeah, like, but yeah, I just hope they don't go like too serious. They're already doing the SJW thing with Bo Peep, which I'm not too mad at. I mean, they had to do something with that.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's SJW just yet. Captain Marvel, but this isn't like the same. It's just they just made her into a stronger character. It seems like, and I'll my opinions until like we actually see the things she says or the people she interacts with, because maybe she just got hardened because she had to get hardened. You know?
I see, really do, Maurice, and I almost would agree with you if this wasn't Disney. You see Marvel.
I mean, that wasn't specifically Disney. That was still Marvel.
And you're not about to tell me Disney didn't have a say on what happened in that movie.
Hey, I guess if they did.
Disney, the mouse.
Usually they handle all their other female characters like extremely well.
That's true.
Like, Kita, that was kind of cheating. Oh my god, I can't remember the captain from fucking.
Did she have a name? I swear to God, her name was Captain. I swear to God, it was. I remember the one scene. It's either Captain or Man. I'm like, well, fuck, it's Captain. Like, that's what it is. You remember the one scene? No. All right. Fuck it. You remember that one scene where he was talking to Jim? Like Jim just got on. Jim got on. Jim was on. That was his first time getting on the ship, and the chick was like, "You either call me Captain or Man." And I'm like, "Oh shit! All right, that's your name." Yes, ma'am. Yeah. I'm not about to argue, but yeah. And then the Last Jedi. That, I mean, and rewatching that movie for the third time, I can actually see the complaints with some of the characters in that movie. You know, like,
Last Jedi.
yeah.
Oh wait, I mean the complaints with the whole fucking movie, but that's another. Let's bring it back a little bit and get back on Toy Story. So I like the direction that they're taking Woody in. I like it. It seems cool. It seems cool. Like I was at the point where you think that he has no more character development that he can go through. They're presenting him with like an actual fucking problem. Like, damn, maybe I'm just trying all these years, and that's like some Batman level.
Maybe
shit.
I should just be a fucking toy. Like whoa, wait a minute.
I think that's the that's what he's thinking, whether he should be or not. Yeah. Well, and maybe he's like, I think he's like, it's that. Like maybe I should just live my life and be happy.
Right.
Like,
Why am I trying so hard?
Yeah. So I think that's super interesting that they're taking it in that route.
Okay. I had enough of not like I had enough, but I was totally content with the arcs in Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 actually did a really good job of like bringing the story to a conclusion, like the whole romance thing with Buzz and shit. What's her name?
Oh.
the girl cowboy.
I know you.
Jesse. Jesse. Yeah, that was really okay.
And they give birth
Please
to
stop.
Spike, Cowboy Bebop.
What?
The world's first space cowboy.
Oh, Jesus.
Like,
Where did you read that from? Because you did not just make that up.
I made it up 100%.
You did not just. Where did you get that from? Please tell me you didn't just make
My
that
brain
up.
wild.
Danny, that would have been hilarious, but you didn't. But I respect Spike Spiegel though. See you around, space cowboy.
The goal to create the dangerous man in the.
Yeah, I'm excited for Toy Story 4. Hanks can do no wrong. I forgot who does Buzz Lightyear, but who the fuck cares about him? And yeah, it's good to see all the characters again. Whatever happened to the RC toy, the RC car? He wasn't in none of the movies after the first one.
Yeah, I forgot what happened to him.
He got sold. His batteries ran out like every other kid. No kid ever keeps their RC car for like more than like a year or some change.
That's true.
But let's move on. A lot to talk about. Okay. So there is, like we wasn't just talking, right? Movie news. There is a guy, James Gunn, who we don't know who James Gunn is, the director of quite possibly the strongest Marvel movie, which is Guardians of the Galaxy. That's the strongest movie.
Aside from the Avengers movies.
I think that we're not about to get into this. I think that Guardians is better than Avengers too, but we can.
Wait, which Guardians?
The first one.
Better than Avengers 2?
Yes.
I like the Age of Ultron though. Like,
I did too.
Yeah, you two are one of the only people I know that says that Avengers
got the
2
W,
is better than
boys.
Avengers.
Yeah, because I mean, like the fucking like one of the arguments I heard is just like the fucking Black Widow and Hulk romance kind of came out of nowhere. I'm like, so who fucking cares?
Yeah, they're kind of stupid if they make that argument, but
I mean, I don't know what else about that movie was like incredibly bad. I thought that like stakes were obviously there, a lot of conflict between the team, which was good, a lot of character development, and that set up for a lot of other movies, which is probably a negative. But those movies were fucking hype, so I mean, it's a positive now.
I didn't care for it on that.
I don't know. I liked it.
I liked it too, but I'm not saying it's one of the stronger movies. But anyway, back to James Gunn. James Gunn directed The Guardians and Guardians 2. Recently he was fired for being a fucking human being, if you ask me. But I'm sorry, because what he said years ago was actually it was a little raunchy. It was a little out there, but it's not like it's anything that nobody has ever said, ever. So I don't know. I think firing the nigga was a little bit much, and Disney policy. Yeah, they actually had the right to fire a dude. Not, and me personally, I would have said
the issue was that none of it was recent. All of it was like years before he ever started working.
I think the opposite. I think that. Oh no! Actually, no. I agree. No. I agree. I agree. Because but then again, if he would have said it now, it would have been the same exact result. So I guess technically you can argue like would have been the fucking difference. He said it, and that would have been that.
Right.
No, the difference is he's not representing Disney.
If anything, that kind of absolves him. Oh no! Okay, you're making the argument for James and not against him.
Yeah.
Okay, then we totally agree then, because
I'm pretty sure what I was saying wasn't even like an opinion; it was a fact. Right. I was just saying like all that shit just happened years before he represented Disney. So.
Yeah, no, which is that you're absolutely right. There's no way to refute that. Like, how the fuck can you hear me? And granted, you said it on Twitter. It's all the way out there. It's public. Yeah. But I wasn't representing you guys back then. I'm representing you now, and you can't say shit about me. So. Yeah. That's kind of
at least like firing would probably be like the last ditch effort.
Exactly.
Right. They should have just told him just to take down the fucking tweets.
Right. They take down the tweets. Don't do it again. Make a open apology, and then just cut the person. Right.
Wait, slap on the wrist. Better sell hotcakes.
Right.
Walk out the door.
Oh, you better.
Right, like you didn't have to like, oh man, tweets fired. Like, and I don't know.
Get 'em out of here.
This whole cancel culture, and that's what it's called. It's getting ridiculous now. Like, dude got fired for making, and don't get me wrong, it was a pretty raunchy joke. I forgot exactly what it was. I think it had something to do with like pedophilia or something like that. But it was
a few of them. It was more than just one.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it was a couple of them. But it's nothing that a comedian has never said, and they're a comedian at this point. So yeah, I don't see what the. But then again, I'm cynical. I don't think. In the brain, so I can't really make that call.
Way better. It sounds way better.
Thank you. Really make that call, but I do know the mouse does have pretty strict rules and reg. Okay. Damn, Maurice is just going a mile. Maurice, that nigga is just going a mile a minute at this point. Oh, I thought you about to. You missed one there, Andre. If I was hosting the show. Okay. But no, because I think even Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. They actually can't do a lot of shit. I don't think they can drink in public. I don't think they can smoke. They can't. I mean, a lot for
I don't know about all that.
You can look it up. You can look it up.
All right, I'll see some proof for that one.
No, you can look it up, and I'm not to toot my horn. I can't really recall many times where I'm like too wrong. I don't get like. There's gonna be some parts where it's like, okay, that.
That's why I don't feel like it's that serious. I feel
like it's pretty.
There's a strict. There's a pretty. I think that there is a pretty strict.
I swear to God, I don't think they can. I don't think they can be called smoke. I swear to God, I don't think they can. Like they can't be like they can't be out in public smoking. I don't think they there's a lot of shit that they can't. Now, is it as restricted as I'm making it sound? Probably not, but there's still a lot of shit that they can't do.
I can understand if it was something like, don't do hard drugs in public.
I mean,
sure, but I'm pretty sure they can like go to the bar and have a brewski or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah,
no kids are gonna be at a bar. But I don't know.
I don't think they can.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think there are things that they are restricted from doing that I could just go do. That's normal, like that would be just considered normal to like any other human being. But I don't know. I don't think it's like it doesn't. I feel like it wouldn't be that strict.
I don't think they can curse on television as much as they would want to.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm talking about on something that's there are
Arsenio Hall or some shit.
I was
Arsenio Hall.
I was about to say another show. His name was Graham something, but yeah, something like that. Where I don't think they can like say like whatever the want because they like punish.
That's fine. That's fine. That's not anything different from other a majority of other actors. I feel like I feel like they curse very little when it comes to their in person. Unless they're on like a particular type of show or they have like a different occupation, like fucking Soldier Boy. That's probably like the more recent one I have in right now. He'll just go on and say whatever the fuck he wants, you know, like how I'm doing right now. But like I feel like if you put like Beyonce or Jay-Z, well, maybe not Jay-Z, but probably Beyonce in front of a camera or something, she wouldn't curse as much. I feel like I feel like any other actor that's not under Disney would present a certain image, you know.
Fair enough. I still can't get over the fact that they can't say the F word in the movies. I'm actually kind of mad about that, but hey, whatever. At this point, and I'm off like the can't actually do in the movies. Like, I think they can't have any behead. The hell reason that sounds kind of arbitrary to me. They can't have any beheadings. Nobody can smoke. Nobody can say the F word. No sex. It's like it seems a little sterile because you get a lot of that shit in comic. In fact, it's almost in almost every single fucking comic at this point that you get at least one of those things in every single comic standard. So yeah, I'm kind of getting over the whole Disney-fied kind of superhero Marvel universe, which kind of is a good segue for our next topic. Yeah, in fact, let's go ahead and introduce that, and I can continue what I was just saying. The Mouse has bought Fox. Okay, so let me say that again because that probably didn't resonate with a lot of fucking people that just said. Disney has bought 20th Century Fox. So that every movie that started with dun 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 dun. Yeah, that's like it's fucking insane. So Disney acquired Fox in a $71 billion. Son, these numbers at this point. In a 71 billion. Son, it just sounds funny when I'm saying be more.
I can't even imagine
Disney just spent more money than what some countries have. Like, and they did it casually too. So yeah,
71 billion. Here you go. There you go. Yeah.
Right. Meanwhile, in Uganda, holy, what?
It's like, is this
71?
Is this? Am I a joke to you?
Holy shit. Yeah, Disney bought Fox for $71 billion. So that means Aliens is a Disney movie. Star Wars been a Disney movie.
Do they own the cartoons as well?
Yes, they own The Simpsons. The Simpsons is now
Family Guy, American Dad. Yo.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
These niggas got too much money, yo.
They got way too
God
much money.
damn.
Yeah, this shit getting crazy. But
I think
yeah.
get the Sony rights to fucking Spider-Man and Venom, then we beat it. Well, I don't know about that actually. I don't know how I feel about that. They really have.
But if you're keeping score, the Mouse owns Lucasfilm, which is Star Wars. Is a multi-billion-dollar business at this point.
I thought they already had. Oh,
ES. Let me say that again. Disney owns ESPN.
This fucking
like
house.
What? And now they own Fox, which I swear to God, if they wind up by Time Warner, I'm calling bullshit, and I'm calling that because there's just so much after that.
He said, "I'm calling bullshit." Son, you remember that?
At that point, it's only going to be like 3 companies. Go ahead.
Son, you remember that meme with the fucking Thanos, where Mickey Mouse was Thanos and he's literally getting all the Infinity Stones?
It's completely true.
Son, that shit
it's completely
is so
true.
true.
It's getting to the point where if Disney acquires There's Apple and Google. All Disney would have to do is snap their fingers, and I swear to God, complete and utter mind control all over the world will start happening. I am dead. I am waiting for them to just flip the switch. Well, oh fuck it, they're not buying our movies anymore. Hit the switch. Mind control.
Son, the fucking.
Hey, you want to go see a Disney? You.
Oh my god, this is actually kind of scary now. Just realizing how much money these fuckers have. Like, good. God.
Yeah, like when you just spend 71. like holy shit. But for everybody who that mean in context to the show, it means that we're going well. Confirmed or not though, whether they're going to do it, but it would be pretty stupid if they don't do it. So it's pretty much confirmed anyway that we're going to get the X-Men and Fantastic Four and all those and all that bunch in phases of the MCU. Which, if you don't, and I'm not sure how you don't know because you should at this point, four are extremely pivotal to comics in general. And Fantastic Four. I don't really want to get comics, but even I know for some fucking reason, either Doctor Doom, Reed Richards, or the Fantastic Four is in the middle of almost every fucking thing. It's actually kind of stupid, but yeah, that's my take on it.
Like, just to put it into scope, the all different Marvel was because of Reed Richards, because of the what was the name of the comic? Shit, it came out just before it. God damn it. I can't remember the name of the comic, but it's the one where like all the Earths are crashing into each other, and Reed Richards along with the Illuminati have to figure out how to stop it. Once you get to like spoiler alert, once you get to like the end of the comic, you figure out that Doctor Doom was pretty much behind everything because he had gotten power powers to multiple.
Per usual.
Per usual, you know, same song.
Right.
Always happens. So yeah, a lot of the things that shake up the Marvel Universe are usually dealing with one of those two guys, or even maybe sometimes X-Men.
Yeah, and this is what I think this kind of goes with what I've been talking about last show with Captain Marvel. With the introduction of Captain Marvel, and now they're introducing the whole cosmic realm of everything, and Doctor Strange introduced that whole magic element, and now we're getting Reed Richards and possibly not possibly
science.
Yeah, so
we're getting science.
Yes, we're finding, and not that shit that Tony Stark was doing. That nigga was just that was just the tip of the iceberg. We're getting Reed fucking Richards, who is science at this point. So yeah, I got a feeling that by 2028, and that they're definitely going to still be doing these movies. They're going to go balls to the fucking wall with this shit, and it's going to be so fucking funny to see the casuals and how they react to like the Fantastic Four and all of the fucking nonsense they bring, because they bring a lot of fucking nonsense to what's really right now a really tamed MCU. So, yeah. Oh, I'm done.
Like, I don't know, cause sorry, go ahead, Maurice.
No, you're
one thing I was like really curious about is like now that Disney owns Fox, you know, with the X-Men, like how can they incorporate these people into the MCU? Like, do they just say, "Oh, we've been fighting Thanos and all of these aliens, and where the fuck have y'all been?" Like,
they're gonna snap them into existence.
yeah, I mean, we're gonna be getting some time traveling shit from Infinity War, so I don't fuck that. Like,
yeah, expect a fucking reboot,
right,
of Avengers. Of the Avengers in Marvel right now.
Man,
it's going to happen. Maybe not soon.
Expect the reboot of the entire MCU where they start with in fact
they start with Iron Man.
No, they would have to. It would make more sense. I would imagine in a perfect world, in a really perfect world, and Maurice, you can correct me if I'm wrong. They would probably, if they had all the characters, they probably would have started with the Fantastic Four. And that's just me kind of like spitballing and knowing, you know, limits here. There's just so much you could have built.
They are known as Marvel's first family, and a lot of the shit that. A lot of the villains they have to fight usually end up coming from Fantastic Four. Like I think. Oh yeah, Galactus. I was thinking about Thanos, but it's actually Galactus. Four villain,
shit.
and
God damn,
he's
right.
brought on by Silver Surfer. And I think the Skrull arc, they weren't introduced through them, I believe. I think they were introduced through. I might be wrong. I might be 100% wrong on that. Yeah, but like usually, but they were introducing like the Fantastic Four comic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about Galactus. That man,
The Planet Eater.
the MCU is about nutties.
Mm-hmm. And then Marvel, and then X-Men, they're bringing Apocalypse and Onslaught.
Oh man, I really hope they really need to redo Apocalypse because I wasn't a big fan of X-Men Apocalypse.
You know, and Fantastic Four.
I think so, yeah.
Why didn't they ever do a crossover?
Because none of the Fantastic Four movies were good enough to stand with the X-Men.
Oh shit! I mean, they could have introduced the second. The first cast they had was cool.
I think it's because that X-Men was pretty convoluted for normal, and to just introduce the Fantastic Four, which if you in going on with comic book movies now, but I guess back then, back in like 2006, 2007, we were just like, getting Iron Man 1, and
yeah, I mean, I felt like it seems to make Franklin Richards a mutant.
What Franklin Richards?
Oh no, wait, maybe I'm thinking about something else. No.
Yeah, Franklin Richards. Well, Franklin Richards is a mutant. Oh, sure, but
Body shield here, level 1.
Or just
I mean, I know, but he is. I mean, didn't he create his own? Like, technically, but anyway, there's a lot to talk about here. We can honestly like stay on this topic a long ass time, but yeah, the Disney and owning the X-Men and Fantastic Four, just those two properties alone, it's pretty big. Now, it's ever going like I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Yeah, I think we got. So
Which is sad.
It's just yeah,
because that means everybody is home except for Spider-Man, which is quite possibly America's favorite superhero. That's America's favorite superhero. Like, yeah. And
was Superman.
You know what was the business behind that back in the 80s? Sony was like, "Hey, let us have Spider-Man." Well, was like, "Yeah, sure, do whatever you want." What about? Do you want Iron Man? Nah, we can't do no without. 20 years later.
Basically, how it was. Like, Marvel was about to die, and they just had to sell off like their movie so that they can actually just stay afloat.
Damn. If somebody would have told them niggas just a couple years ahead, hey Marvel, just hold on. There's gonna be this nigga named Kevin Feige. Do whatever that nigga says.
I think it was at a point where they just couldn't hold on, and it was either going to destroy comics as we know them today, or that's it.
That's really unfortunate. So they had to sell the rights just to stay
afloat.
Mm-hmm.
And then this nigga Kevin Feige.
Just the movie rights.
That's a shame because man, can you imagine if Marvel owned all the property and they know what they're doing and they got talented man? And you're talking about this shit reaching in. Well, I don't think any franchise has reached $1 trillion yet.
Well, I think what the important thing is that people, it's a household name now, right?
Yeah.
People know who they are. Can't walk and know who Stan Lee is. Like, I think I think they made their mark on. This is the.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. One would agree. One would argue that comic books was on the up and up. You know, there was definitely like an uptick of not an uptick of readers, but like just an uptick of like knowledge. And be refuted what Marvel has done to the current landscape, entertainment in general, and media. It's you can't argue
specifically movies. They're not really animation department.
Unfortunately, but
yeah, they had some good animation. Then you just turn to anything DC and just completely shit.
Exactly. Like, so, yeah, I'm very interested to see where exactly this is going to lead for the mouse and the mouse. Maybe we can get Kingdom Hearts with Star Wars. They're not going. Well, I mean, shit. With the not to spoil anything, but impossibility. You know, I had to bring it back to King. I just had to.
Okay. You can stop.
Hey Jared, did you play Kingdom Hearts?
Not yet.
All right, let's move on.
I'm sorry, don't hate me.
Let's move on. Okay, so speaking of superheroes, of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is getting a crossover with everybody's
favorite Batman.
Group, yeah, everybody's favorite Batman. There we go. How many Batmans are there? 3?
I kind of just want to say 1 million, honestly.
I think it's because like you gotta remember they have the Infinite Crisis shit too, so they have multiple worlds with multiple Batman, or sometimes not even Batman, sometimes there's just Owlman or some shit like that. But there's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, pretty much that.
Oh,
yep, true.
I was thinking of I don't know what I was thinking about. I was thinking of like within whatever DC calls their main universe. I don't know, because I think who else has been Batman besides Bruce Wayne? I know Dick did.
Dick Grayson has, yeah. His father was Batman at one point.
What?
It was Flashpoint. You remember?
Oh God.
Yeah. So with him doing that, saving his mom, created a ripple in time. Of course, Bruce's ripple or Batman the Mantle's ripple was that the son died, the mom turned into the Joker, and the father turned into Batman.
Oh, that sounds fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, it's way more fucked up. Like way more fucked up. Like if you get some time, or if you have someone who has that, if you want to use the DC Universe app, look at the Flashpoint Paradox. You might like that.
Flashpoint Paradox. Sounds familiar. Okay. Alright,
I was watching the trailer for this. Why does shit look like Batman Brave and the Bold though? Like when I see these crossovers,
right?
I love that.
I'm not saying it was bad, but I'm just like, yo, this shit gives me some flashbacks, yo.
It's like the team up you never knew you wanted.
Right, son. Like, oh my gosh, I love the crossover for Batman Brave the Bold.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually really looking forward to this, honestly. Like, my man Batman was whooping Shredder's ass. I'm like, yo, you don't want nothing with that dude got, son. You don't want nothing with what that dude got. Like, you might be fighting some turtles and some rats. It's a grown ass man, yo. Like, I don't think you know.
I'm you, but I ain't getting bodied by fucking turtles and rats.
So you know martial arts, please. Like, boy, I know them all. Like,
you know a martial. Oh, that's cute.
So you know a form of martial arts. I know martial arts, my nigga. Like, I'm gonna need you to understand.
Ninjutsu, huh?
Pathetic. Like,
impressive.
Yeah, it's not the entire Bat family teaming up with the turtles,
right?
Which I think is also pretty lit.
Yeah,
you should be expecting like a lot of action scenes.
Hey, yo.
The animation looks decent.
Yo, am I tripping? I'm not like super hip. Who was that nigga that looked like Brother Blood? Who was like saying, yo, this is the dude that's gonna like help destroy the city when we go to the Joker. Who was that nigga? Was that Brother Blood or am I tripping?
No, Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, I was tripping.
That's the nigga that trained Batman.
Ooh.
And the Lazarus Pit dude, like, maybe you know him from that.
I'm not hip to this dude.
Have you seen Batman Begins?
No.
Dang, even I know who Ra's al
like I said, I'm tripping.
Is. What the
I'm tripping. So.
Played any of the Batman games?
Played Arkham Asylum, I beat it, and then I played like half of Arkham. Was it Arkham? What was the second one? It wasn't Arkham City. It was Arkham City. Damn, what was the third one then? I'm tripping.
Or like the you fought in the desert and on the hell of the sand and shit. Right. And then at the end, yeah. So that's Ra's al Ghul.
Gotcha.
He's like leader of the. It's not Secret Assassins. What the fuck? Damn it! League of Shadows.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, he's a leader of the League of Shadows. He's basically immortal because of the Lazarus Pit, and so his crew is like just like the Foot Clan but on steroids. Yeah, he's one of like he could be spoken the same breath as Joker, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But not as charismatic, but his power and his threat level is just like kind of up there for Batman's villains, and he pretty much dismantled all of Batman's villains, like just as easily as Batman.
Yeah, and he was in the he was in the movie. He was in Batman Begins.
Yeah, albeit he wasn't the best. That wasn't the best viewing.
Oh, not at all.
They did not use him at all in that movie, except for like the beginning and the end, and that was it.
Yeah, like they didn't really use him, but he was still in there. He was like a 20th. He was like a 20th of what he actually. Yeah, he was definitely there, but I like his name. Raish.
That is a pretty boss name. I can't lie.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence with Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja because I didn't really like them growing up as a kid, and yes, I was that only kid who didn't really like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now that one cartoon, and y'all all know the one I'm talking about.
2000.
I fuck with that one heavy. Everything outside of that, I'm kind of like, you know. But yeah, but that 2003 one was damn near perfect. I don't think there was like had story arcs. It was
that shit went so fucking anime.
It was so good, man.
He actually got like fucking powers and was able to summon like shit. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Dude, they played on the whole Leo has to be so that he had like a lot of responsibility and burden on his shoulders, and there was one episode where he actually went and like toe to toe against Raphael. Unless I'm wrong, but yeah, there was a lot going on.
They always fight. Like different about like how they interact with each other and stuff, or dynamics have been like redone over and over and over again with like the directors or the artist teams put on it. Like the 2011 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the CGI one.
Oh, that one was pretty good too.
Yeah, that can be said in the same breath, and it hit some of the minus the fucking animals. It hit some of the same beats as this one. Storylines, the stories are different or slightly different, and but their like character development usually stays the same, right? Like weird, like but yeah, it usually stays the same. So like that stuff's kind of over again, you know?
Right. Fair enough.
Took out the whole squad.
That shit is fucking hard, dude. Oh my god. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like when they go in like ninja mode, see like that wallpaper moment where like their tassels are just like.
Oh yeah.
People just disappear.
Yeah, they were anime. They were really,
Yeah.
they were anime.
And that's probably why they're so similar, because that one probably takes nod or just keeps nodding to that 2003 show. Loved it.
Anime. Anyway, we got an Avengers trailer to talk about. Man, this week. Avengers 3. Wait, Avengers 4 Endgame. Let's just call it Avengers Endgame. We probably should have talked about this a little bit earlier on in the show. But
we didn't even get to the fucking. We're about to wrap up. We didn't get to the fucking.
I'm so glad we didn't make that the fucking title. But Avengers, we got the main and last trailer for Avengers 4. And if you guys are keeping score, I kind of called it, and I said, and I told you guys they're gonna give us two things. They're gonna give us a teaser and they're gonna give us a trailer, and that's it. Because they already know you niggas are going to go see this movie. So I don't even, if there's even TV, well, there's going to be TV spots for it. But there's probably going to be like 2 or 3 TV spots for it, and that's going to be it. Think about it, guys. We're just getting the final trailer. We're getting a full trailer, and the movie comes out next month. That's the pool of like, whatever studio can do some shit like that.
Disney.
Exactly, son.
Right.
Like nobody like, oh right, and here's Avengers 4 trailer. I mean, they really wanted to. They really
No
didn't.
announcement. It just
Really.
kind of happened, and then
Exactly.
Yeah, like
Exactly. Oh, let's just drop the trailer right now. You don't want to tell nobody? Nope. Just post it. You don't want
see
to.
it. Like shit.
Seen?
You don't want Robert Downey Jr. Just nope. Just put it on YouTube.
Right.
They'll get it.
Right. It's Avengers 4, not Avengers 3. Avengers 4.
Right. So yeah. So like I said, I don't think there's not gonna be any type of promotion for this. This is already gonna be the most successful movie of all time. It's pretty much guaranteed at this point. It may have a little bit of trouble with the first, Avengers Infinity War, but even then it's like, how can it not make more money than Infinity War when you give us that big of a cliffhanger?
Right.
This is our generation Star Wars. This shit is pretty heavy.
I'm the jump master.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. This is our Star Wars.
It's probably better, to be honest with you. I feel like this is...
Alright, I mean we didn't have to go there, like
No, oh, my bad.
Star Wars.
I mean, it's just yet, so you know.
Wow.
I already hit the game.
Well, you're right. Never mind. But yeah, when we're like 70 years old, we're gonna tell our kids like the hype between Avengers 3 and Avengers 4 was fucking insane.
Right.
Everybody you know saw that movie. All right, now I'm going to bed and going to retire. Get the fuck go to work like I did. But yeah, it's just it just kind of feels surreal because one, it's the end of an era, and well, the movies aren't going to stop, but it's kind of like the end of this whole Marvel phases, so to speak. It's the end of the Tony Stark and Captain America story arc, because I'm pretty going to be retired for a while at least after yeah, like I don't see them replacing RDJ and Chris Evans anytime in the
They'll be
not soon.
just, I mean,
Not in the
they'll
next
probably
movie.
have like people to pass the mantle to. Well, yeah, in the next movie, but they'll have people to pass the mantle to.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I'm gonna probably get the mantle. They might get like Shuri or find a Riri Williams to play Tony Stark.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm spotted.
I get that. But yeah, it's like, man, it's been 10, just like the trailer said, it's been 10 years of us giving Disney money, so it just feels kind of weird.
Not 10 years per se. They kind of got it like a little bit after the first few movies.
Oh right, Disney.
Like 10 years, yeah.
Yeah, because Disney didn't own Marvel back when Iron Man 1 came out, right?
Yeah, I think a few of them.
That explains a
I think
lot,
up to-
actually.
I want to say up to Avengers.
Yeah, I
That
think
explains-
Avengers is when the hype really started.
That
Yeah,
explains
but when
a
do they
lot.
own? But when do they own them though? Like own the whole franchise?
I wanna say after Captain America.
The first Avenger?
I've got your
Yeah.
back.
Nah, that's way too soon. I think it was after Avengers.
After Avengers?
But let me see.
You think so? Because after Avengers, that's 2012.
I'm so bored.
Oh, you may be right.
Yeah, that seems kind of. That seems a little.
2009.
So, Captain. Well, damn, that's before Captain America. Yeah, but so Incredible Hulk, Thor, one of those two. Iron Man 2, maybe. Yeah, Iron Man 2. Let's not talk about Iron Man 2 ever again.
That's the last time I'm gonna talk about that.
Yeah. Besides, nah, never mind. So, yeah, the mouse been putting in work. And if you,
Oh yeah, damn, you're right.
and if you look at like the first, if you look at Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, The Incredible Hulk, you can kind of see that. You can kind of see where Disney didn't have its influence in there. I think in the first 20 minutes of Iron Man, Tony Stark is gambling, he's fucking bitches, and he's drinking. Like, so that's already like 3 things that well, they can drink in Disney movies, but not having one night stands. They're not doing that. They're not doing that in the MCU right now, which once again is a fucking shame because apparently that shit happens a lot in fucking comics.
Happened at a glorious fucking time too, because they pushed the Tony Stark and Pepper relationship like right after.
Oh yeah, and yeah.
So they would never have to. All right, this nigga's still fucking vicious.
Yeah, which is I always felt that Pepper Potts and Iron Man romance doesn't really work all that well as Disney thinks that it works. If there's one thing that I know going into Endgame, I didn't really feel like the romance between Pepper all that much. That's just me.
It's probably the chemistry of the 2 actors. To
True.
Just,
True. They don't really bounce off of each other all that well because A, they don't bounce off of each other that well, and B, we don't get a tremendous amount of screen time with them together. I first fought my way out the cave, realized I loved you, made myself like, whoa, what? When that part happened.
Well, I mean, so if you think about it, I'm not saying like this is them having chemistry at all. Like it's kind of the opposite. I agree with you on that point. But as the character of Tony Stark, like he doesn't have a lot of people that he's close to that he can tell things like he can tell Pepper. So that makes sense to me.
He got. What are you talking about? He has Friday and a $3,000 bottle of rum. What you talking about?
I feel you. But I mean, like, you remember he had that revelation that he doesn't have any one person, human, important to him in his life. Like, he doesn't have, or many. He doesn't have very many.
True.
So, I mean, obviously I could drown my sorrows in Friday's voice all day and some rum. But I think that life or death experience kind of forced him to just woke him up, you know?
Like, god damn it, I gotta care for somebody. Shit.
Right.
Exactly.
Tired of fucking these bitches.
Then you got the
That was written well, but how it's like portrayed throughout the rest of the movie.
Oh, it's not good.
Like exactly.
It's not good at all.
So,
I think in Civil War there was like, yeah, me. I'm like, what?
yeah, right. Okay, I could secure her for this movie.
And then what made it worse? They tried to sneak it in at the end of Spider-Man: Homecoming that they're back together and he's about to propose. I'm like, okay, look, y'all can't do some shit. Go all the way in or don't like do it at all. Don't half-ass it and be like, yeah, we're taking a break. Oh yeah, I'm gonna propose to her in like between Civil War and Homecoming, I swear to God, what, a month? So I don't know what the fuck could have happened. There you go.
You know, I think they bought Marvel when they started doing the movies.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because like 10 years they were talking about buying it in 2009. Yeah, I think they.
Oh, I guarantee you, whoever the analysts are at Disney, whoever's like really, and I can guarantee you, they have people that's like looking at trends and shit, and they probably pay them out the ass too. I guarantee you.
First blood. Tastes like victory.
Buy that shit.
Okay,
Bye.
so here's the timeline. Incredible Hulk, Iron Man. 2-year break. Then 2010, Iron Man. 2011, Captain America. 12, Avengers 1.
Mouse hopped on that shit quick.
Yes, dude.
They hopped on that shit immediately. They was like, wait a minute. No, give me all that action. Give me in. I want it. Because they probably knew that shit was going to work. They probably had an idea that it was a huge gamble. but they probably knew that shit was gonna work too.
It wasn't even a gamble because like the first Iron Man movie was godlike.
Oh, it was good.
That was just a solid fucking movie.
And then
since then they've been consistently throwing out movies.
Right.
After the 2010, they've been consistently throwing out movies every year.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they want to end. They want it in. I don't know who the fuck told them about that plan, but the mouse was like, "Hey, hold up. I need it," and that was pretty much that. It's funny because it's such a big difference between the tone in Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk and every fucking thing else. It's like it's almost not even like the same. In fact, I think the Incredible Hulk was retconned actually.
Yeah, this is the one with Damn it, I'm just sucking with names today, but this is the newer Hulk I'm talking about.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, Mark. Was it Mark? No, not Mark Ruffalo. It's someone else. It's
Edward Norton.
Yes. It's from Fight Club. I remember the movie, but I don't remember him. Damn it.
Because we don't talk about Fight Club, son.
You right. Rule number one. Do not talk about it.
Trust just your eyes.
Yes. Talk about Fight Club. You? No.
Anyway, back to Avengers 4. It's gonna be the greatest movie of all. It's gonna be one of the greatest movies of all time. It's gonna make the most money out of any movie that's ever come before it. It's already. I'm pretty sure the pre-sales for this is gonna break
Right.
the pre-sales
Too much hype.
before the movie comes out. And then they got these once again, I mean this is a topic for a different story, but once again they got the Russo brothers, which once again they haven't really done too much, but they did Civil War, and it was like, oh, y'all made a good movie, and y'all gonna do whatever the fuck we say. Yeah, y'all could do the Avengers, and y'all could do the next Avengers. What else y'all want to do? As long as you listen to us, and that's kind of like a theme right now with the industry, but we can get in later. It's actually kind of annoying because we're getting
I wonder
mediocre movies.
how different the Iron Man 2 movie would have been had they just kept the original script.
Well,
Or not even the non-Disney revised script. You know?
it probably wouldn't have been too different. It probably would have been a little bit darker.
Maybe.
I would imagine because with well, then again, with a character like Whiplash, I never really saw him as a. But with the actor, I would imagine they wanted to take that in a little bit more of a. Tone.
They fucking
Cause looking at that nigga is scary as shit when you look at him on screen. I forgot his real name.
Oh, the Whiplash.
I'm just gonna call him Machete at this point. So I don't care. Anyway, yeah, Avengers 4. We can go ahead and wrap up. To be honest, I got nothing else to say. We had a lot of fucking, and it's all been about Disney. I'm sorry we didn't get the One Punch Man. We're gonna get to that next show. I fucking promise you.
Oh yeah, One Punch Man.
Because I actually love this series, so we're gonna get to that next week. Murray, please put that on me during the next week. I actually do
Son,
want to
it's
talk
one
about
fucking Punch Man. I ain't gonna forget.
it. Son, okay, but other than that, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. If you like what you're listening to, please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps us because we want an audience. We want to entertain you guys. That's what we're here for. That's what we do. That's what the show is for.
Interaction.
Except for IMO Prime, where you know what.
All right, peace out, pimps.
Peace.